Moving stateside now, where a grand jury's decision not to charge a police officer with the fatal shooting of an unarmed black teenager in Ferguson, Missouri, has led to a spike in tensions across America. Demonstrators are using the ongoing Black Friday sales to cast a spotlight on the issues of racial profiling and police brutality by blocking malls and disrupting shopping. Gaine Chichikan takes a closer look at this new tactic used by the protesters.
On Black Friday, on the busiest shopping day of the year in the U.S., Missouri protesters have migrated from the streets into malls. They disrupted shopping in several stores in the area. At times, protesters would stop and lie on the floor, chanting, "Hands up, don't shoot." The protesters forced one mall in St. Louis to temporarily shut down. In New York, people were protesting outside the Macy's store. At least 5 were arrested. In Seattle, protesters tried to disrupt shopping in the city's busiest shopping district. They apparently chained doors shut at one of the malls there. At least one person was arrested. Now here at the police headquarters in Ferguson, it's calm. Darren Wilson, the police officer who shot the unarmed black teen, is free, but he is not safe. His lawyer says there's no way he would go back to working as a police officer. After the riots and protests across the country, you can see the degree of rage toward that man. The streets of Ferguson have been relatively calm over the past few nights, but the underlying tension didn't go away, of course. This is a predominantly black town, and yet the vast majority of the police force is white. And when police use excessive force, and they use it mostly against black people, they are rarely ever charged with a crime. Michael Brown's killing has reignited racial tensions across the country and has created a sort of a powder keg which is just waiting for a spark. I, of course, spoke with residents here in Ferguson, and here's my report.
The grand jury decision not to charge white police officer Darren Wilson with killing black unarmed teenager Michael Brown has opened one of America's oldest and deepest wounds. Black versus white is how many see it.
If it was one of us, kill one of y'all.
We need justice for young black people in America.
While thousands across the country marched in protest, chanting Black Lives Matter, and scores of celebrities tweeted about how justice system fails black Americans, there's another part of America that defends Darren Wilson.
I think it was a flashpoint waiting to happen. And he was faced with circumstances that he had to react to in a split second and did the best he could.
While many black Americans believe police are racially biased, many white Americans perceive black men as dangerous.
This is a debate.
How about you reduce crime?
This is a debate.
When I become
Then
mayor,
you
I'll
won't
do
have
that.
Wait,
the
let's
white
not make
police
this.
officers won't be there if you weren't killing each
Look
other.
at this.
Hang on.
This is the defensive mechanism of white supremacy at work in your mind.
All right.
There seems to be a deep misunderstanding between white and black America.
They don't understand it. They try. I think some of them try to understand what we go through, and we say we've been profiled. Just driving in our car and get pulled over for no reason. It's happened to me. It's happened to a lot of my friends.
Images of torched businesses and police cars did not improve racial perceptions. Many black Americans say, if anything, they help delegitimize their call for justice.
This is supposedly the busiest part of Ferguson, yet almost all businesses that I see around here are boarded up.
There may be no more riots in Ferguson, but racial tensions are simmering across the country, waiting for a spark. In Ferguson, Missouri, I'm Gaine Chichikan, RT.